So we have been talking about the crisis, the economical crisis, how is it affecting? We have been talking also about how economic autonomy, it's crucial for women to really stand up and have economic autonomy as the backbone for their advance. We have also been talking about gender violence, trafficking, sex workers' rights, a little bit about migration. So I would say that in the case of Mexico, being the part of Mexico that it's part of North America, one of the key topics or the key problems that we are facing or situations, it's migration. Migration and immigration, because it has the two sides. Mexico is a kind of rich country where many of the people who wants to come here to follow the American dream, try to find it in this country, are crossing our territory. And at the same time, migration and the migrants who are based in Mexico have the bad treated as the ones who are coming here. So this is a topic for me at the global level that we have to address in a different way. Globalization makes us possible to move around the world, services, money, goods, all the financials, until we had this crash, big crash. However, people cannot move freely as the goods, as the money, as, you know. So we need to talk about it because the sense of foreigners, of being a foreigner in any country is not easy to manage. It's always a piece of discrimination that you will feel there. And it's in any country. But in this country especially, that has been, in the United States, has been a country created by immigrant people. Now all the policies, all the state policies, even at the Arizona and, you know, the acts that are against migration and that are treating migrants not as illegals, as criminals, I think this is a topic we have to address, not only in the United States, we have to address it in Mexico and in any part of the world. So why people cannot move freely as the goods and the money? That's a question, and Women's Funds has to address in a very cohesive way, in a very holistic and so are we human beings in all over the world, or we have such kind of differences? Because we are sharing the same problems with different contexts, of course. It's not the same to be in a country where you have laws that support you against the violence, gender violence, and the justice, access to justice is possible, or in another countries where maybe you have laws, like in Mexico, but the access to justice is totally difficult. It's really almost impossible. You won't win if you go there. So the context is different, but we need to talk more about humanity, about women's at the global level, no? And how this country, United States, and Europe, the European Union, but United States, is impacting all of us. When you are saying this crisis is impacting each one of us in this country, it's impacting each one of us in the whole world. So United States has to acknowledge that they have a role to play, and the Women's Funds in the United States has a role to play with all the other women's funds. So I cannot say that the Mexican Women's Fund is not linked to others. Here are people from Semillas that have been working a lot with other women's funds, not only in the Latin America region, but also in the United States. But this has been very difficult. I remember like 7 years ago, we tried to create a binational women's fund that could be supporting the whole border in the both sides. Well, finally, Mexico is part of NAFTA. You can do whatever crossing the goods, but you cannot organize an NGO that's binational. That was not possible. You know, these are the kind of things that are stopping us to really increasing and sharing our values, the work we are doing, and bringing more resources into other regions. This is a wealthy country, as well as Eleanor was saying. Latin America has a lot of wealth, but that has a lot of inequality. And I think this crisis, this economic crisis, have shown to the whole world that inequality is the name of the game of this system. Because United States is showing now how the inequality is now. When you say 40% of the young women are unemployed, this is huge. This is something. And meanwhile, you have this huge wealthy also. But it's the lead, the ones you are saying. I totally resonate what you are saying. There are, and I believe that your father is right, totally right. Really. I have the same theory, so I want to meet him. Let's see if we can strategize together. But really, it's in the hands of a few people. It's in the hands of a few companies, a few corporations, a few governments that are making decisions that are affecting all of us. So we all together need to work and need to find out the differences, but at the same time the similarities. We had here a wonderful session about collaborative and Catholic impact, no? And one of the things is how we can build a common agenda, which could be the issues or the topics that we could work together. One or two, we don't need more. We need to know each other. I really believe that we are coming and coming each year to this conference, and it is great to see you, but we need you to go to the other countries, to know your sister funds outside of the United States. There's no other way to build a great relationship, and I know we can advance women's rights at the global level if we can share our own experiences. We will find the similarities, but we will understand that any person thinks, well, each person thinks that its country, or his country, her country, is the best country. Nobody wants to go out of their country. People are forced economically, are forced politically, are forced because of trafficking, because of many reasons. But so any country is the best country. We need to understand that, because sometimes the feeling, being so close in this region as a Mexican, I am based in Mexico, and I am a Mexican woman, is that the best thing can happen is to come and live in the United States. You see? And that's not the thing. The best thing that can happen is how we can ameliorate the conditions of each of the women and each of the people in our own countries. We really love that, to be there. And finally, my final message that I want to see is we really want to advance on sharing more and strengthen collaboration with WFN. As INWF as the two networks. But we are a membership association, so we cannot do anything without you. You are the ones, the women's funds, the leaders of the women's funds, who really can do this possible. So thank you very much for the opportunity of sharing these ideas.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Emilian, for contextualizing that both globally and also, you know, in the sense of what's happening in the U.S. as well in Mexico. I think one of the things that I was thinking as you were speaking was, given all of these challenges that each of you have outlined and all of the sort of difficulties that we see with regard to women's rights and women's safety and security, you know, what do we need to be more successful? And I think that's one of the things that I'm taking personally from this conference and from being here, is this sense of how can we collaborate? You know, what are the opportunities for peer learning and for sharing and thinking about the ways that we can mobilize more resources for this work?